This is the RYLACast official podcast of Camp RYLA, Rotary District 5810. I'm your host for the day, Mia. Now I'm going to pass it on to...
Hi, I'm Madison, and I'm representing the Disco Daisies G8.
Hi, I'm Jackson. I'm representing B1, the Heat Seekers.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I'm in cabin G1, and I'm representing the Red Riveters.
Hi, guys. I'm Kendrick Davis. I'm representing the Safari Soldiers in G5.
All right, so we're going to quickly hop on to one of the most important topics of the day, which is weather. So I understand that a lot of parents are really worried about us over here, but I just wanted to reassure you guys that we were very safe.
We were sheltered in our cabins, and we did miss out on a few activities like calisthenics, but we're all good, so...
Low-key mad, though, because I woke up at like 6:30 to go to calisthenics, got ready, and then they were like, yeah, you can just sit down. And then we ended up having to clean our cabin, and we still didn't win today, so.
That is so true. We were literally sitting there, and one of my cabin mates, Avery, she was just sitting there, and she was asleep. We were all like woken up. We were all ready, and she was just sleeping. She was passed out. We were like, Avery, time to wake up, and she was like, and just fell back asleep.
I wish to be her.
Yeah.
All right, so we can hop on and say we wanted to say thank you to Troy Stendy for the amazing facilitation speech he gave to us. So I did want to ask you guys, how did his speech affect y'all, and in what way did it affect you guys?
Okay, so for me personally, it affected me in a couple different ways. So first, my favorite quote from him was that you don't need to believe the words for them to come true. That was something like special for me because a lot of things that I think in my brain, a lot of things that I think in my mind just affect the way that I participate in things, affect the way that I volunteer for things, affect the way that I just hold myself. So now, like, hearing his speech about how words doesn't always affect us, just, yeah, it helped me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his facilitation. I really liked how he gave us a demonstration on how words really can affect you even if you don't know. He had us hold out our arms and say negative things and have people apply pressure, and showed how it really can make you feel weaker if someone's telling you you're weak. And he did the opposite, telling us positive things, and it helped us feel strong. He even convinced a lot of us, all of us actually, to break through a wooden board. And this is not a thin wooden board. This is a thick wooden board. Yeah. Not a single person did not break through their board.
When I first saw it, it was like literally a book. Like, I was like, what is this? I was like, I cannot break through this. And then he showed us like how, and I was like, oh, I'm so scared. And then when we did it though, I was like, okay, everyone else is doing it, so I think I can do it.
100% honest. Me and my friends, sure, we did have some more doubts, but we didn't believe the words, because as he told us not to. And I'm going to be completely honest, we just wanted to break something. So
yeah. So apart from all like the fun out of it, so the whole purpose of this board was to write down a boundary that's like holding us back, and that was truly like really inspirational. For example, I'm gonna get really deep into this, but my boundary was the fear of growing up. So us as young adults are like about to like come into our senior year, and we're all, well, personally I am, I'm sure many of y'all are like really like worried about what we're going to do after high school or what college we're going to apply to. So that's one of my biggest fears. And honestly, being able to break through this board was like the first step into overcoming a really big fear of mine. So what about you guys?
Yeah, piggybacking from that, my phrase was the fear that I am not worthy enough. I chose that phrase because I do a lot of stuff. I play tuba, I'm in the band. I just made drum major last year, which that gave me a little bit more confidence, but still at the same time, sometimes I feel that some of the things that I do is just, I don't do it enough, or I don't do it the right way. I don't do it the way that people want me to do it. But breaking through that board really showed me that, like, okay, what I do is enough as long as I do it for me. Like, as long as I do it because I want to do it, not because anybody else wants to do it. Like, a lot of these facilitators gave me a lot of confidence in my personal self, my personal value, and not what everybody else wants me to do.
Yeah, mine was actually fear of judgment. kind of like what you said, I do a lot of things because I'm afraid of what people will think if I don't do them. And sometimes I don't do things because I'm afraid of what people think if I do them. So breaking through that, it was actually really relieving to just break that board and channel all of that sadness, that fear, that anger into that board and break it and have everybody around me like cheering me on.
Yes.
So it was really emotional. I'm not gonna lie. We did have a lot of criers.
Yeah, going through that, I definitely did cry. I went in it like I wasn't thinking I was going to have any emotions. And when I wrote down, I had my partner. We talked about both of our struggles. I started crying. And then we went to cabin to have like the cabin reflections. And I was definitely just like crying my eyes out. Like I was I had the most tears in the cabin that night.
Yeah, some of the people in my cabin were all crying, and just looking at them so sad just made me want to cry. Like I literally started crying. I didn't expect any emotions at all. And there we go. I cried.
I feel like I might have missed something. I, to be honest, was not crying, but it was. Emotion-wise, I was feeling pretty hyped up. I had some solid adrenaline for past, I'd say, for the next 5 or 10 minutes, just screaming, cheering people on. It was amazing. My barrier was holding it underscored because it can mean anything from the Lord. So I don't need to be worrying or be anxious from anything that, for where I'm going to end up, every little thing on leading up to it. I just need to know I'm in good hands. I just need to give it to Him.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of how you said you felt excitement after the tears that I shed when we all broke the board, it was so loud in the room, but everybody had that energy. And after one group finished, they went to cheer on another group, and everybody had that energy. It was just amazing to me.
Yeah, of course. So we can see how this all affected us. And I mean, this is just our little group. This is our committee. Now you guys can imagine what the other campers felt. So now a quick word from our culture committee.
Today we bring you important information we think you should know about some of the reptiles in our community, specifically snakes and gators. Sadly, this past week, we mourned the loss of little Timmy. Witnesses say after leaving his bag next to Lake Hoblitzelle, fate took its course and gators kidnapped him while he slept in his cabin. If you don't want to be like little Timmy, keep up with your stuff. In addition to gators, Camp RYLA also houses a wide variety of snakes, from 50-foot anacondas to vicious water moccasins. Here's a good rhyme to remember how to stay safe. Red touches yellow, it wants to be petted. Red, black, I forgot.
So I did want to say thank you for the Culture Committee for their message. So now we're going to hop back into today's facilitation meeting. So we had animals, and I'm going to have KJay explain what those animals were.
Okay, so basically we were given a card, and on that card we had a pie chart, and the pie chart had 4 different animals, and one of your percentages were higher, so that was the one that you replaced with. So we have 4 animals. The first one was lion, which was dominance. It's your leadership style is more leading the group. You lead the ideas, the activities. Peacock was influence, so you have a big personality, and you like to get people to do something, or you can influence people to do a certain thing. The owl was compliance, so most owls are laid back. They're more quiet, but they still like to lead by, okay, the lions are dominant, the peacocks can influence, okay, the owls can put all of those ideas together and actually bring it to life. And the koalas are the steadiness. They like to ask people, what do they want? They like to include everybody, they like to listen and consider all ideas.
All right. So you guys might be a little confused on what we were just naming. So before we got to Camp RYLA, we were given a survey, and we got constant emails because we were not filling out these surveys, but we got it done. Everybody got assigned a animal based off the answers responded responded to the questions?
Yeah, you got it.
So we got assigned our animals based on our behavioral traits. So I wanted to ask you guys, did you guys think your animal was accurate?
I got peacock, and yes and no. I feel like most of my traits aligned, which some of the traits are extroverted, jollyful. I think that was, jollyful, happy, and what was another? Expressive? Creative. Creative is the last one. I feel like most of those match up with me, but extrovert, I am not an extrovert at all. I am very introverted. I think I can match people's energy. If someone comes up to me and talks to me, I'm like, okay, I got you. I can match your energy, but like I'm not going to approach someone. So, yeah.
And this might be fairly obvious to a lot of my fellow campers and everything like that, I got lion, which is, again, about dominance, and it's more about being a lot more of a vocal leader. And being very expressive. A lot of the words that described it was strong-willed and direct and very energetic. And I feel like that matched me fairly well because I'm not going to lie, all week I've been trying to get in the middle of everything, and not in necessarily a bad way. Just I like to be included on the process and the competitions, everything like that, because I'm just a fan.
So I feel like yes and no. Lion was technically my top, but lion and owl were actually pretty close. I had 30% for lion and 29% for owl, so I really do share pretty much an even balance of those qualities. So for lion, of course, it's dominance, and I do think that when I'm around other people, yes, I am very dominant, but with the owl traits, I'm also very reserved, and I'm also very to myself a lot of the time. So I feel like lion represents me around other people, but owl represents my inner self, if that makes sense.
I was given koala. I really think that I match with koala in a way because I do like to include everybody. I am considerate, and I like to be open and honest about everything that I do most of the time. But I also think that I'm a lion because, like, y'all can hear my voice. It's kind of gone. In my group, I was, like, leading a lot of chants, or in life in general, I like to lead a lot of things. I like to do a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I do agree that I was a koala because I consider all of my peers.
All right, so now we're going to talk about today's events. What did you guys think about today's events? Because I know it was kind of chaotic, especially since we were very delayed and we had several schedule changes. So what did you guys think about today? Did you guys like it? Did you guys enjoy it?
I personally loved racquetball. I can't say that I did at first. It was definitely rocky. You don't know this about me, of course, but I am not an athletic person. Like, not in the slightest. Haven't probably touched a ball in like 3 or 4 years. So when they threw me out there and was like, hey, you got to hit this ball and you got to run, I was like, oh my gosh. But I did eventually hit it, and I did catch a ball in the outfield, and I did get somebody out. So, very proud of myself. I was actually very, very impressed with my group during racquetball because we kind of talked about this on the episode before, but our team struggled a lot with communication. And during racquetball, our overall desire to win really helped us with that communication, and we really did grow as a team, and I loved it. I can't remember the name of the other game, but let's just say we did not win. We did not win. So I'm going to pass it on to someone else before my team gets mad at me for calling us out.
You might be talking about I think it's called the Aggie skis. Yes. That was very strange to coordinate with people. But, yeah, schedule change-wise, I don't know. I was okay with skipping calisthenics this morning, just this once, because I don't know. It was very humid the past day that we did calisthenics, and I'm not. But with ragball and everything like that, I know not everyone can be on the same page, and that's what we work towards. But yeah, our team didn't do amazingly well. I'm just gonna admit, but it's okay because we know what we need to work on. We know how that everyone in our team is a different kind of leader in terms of those animals and everything like that. So as long as we're making progress, I'm happy.
hopping on what Jackson said, I am very happy that we didn't have to do calisthenics because, first of all, it's like 6 a.m. in the morning and I am not awake. And the lady who's doing the like little dance moves and stuff, she is moving fast. I cannot keep up. She's like, lunge to the right, lunge to the left. I'm like, and like I don't have room, and I'm like, what is happening? So I think the break this morning was nice.
Yeah. And going back to the activities, all the activities were good to me. Like, I learned something in every one, from the ball, like the tennis ball pass with Troy, all the way to the Aggie skis. But I think I learned the most with the Aggie skis, because me and my group, we were trying to like just like go fast. We were trying to like beat the time, but nothing was working because we weren't communicating. So once we actually learned like, okay, we need to communicate, we need to be on the same page, or nothing will fly, nothing will work, then we actually started to get together. And then all of the rest of our group was observant in what we were doing, and they started to strategize plans to do better than we did. Not saying that we did terrible, but just to like advance our group.
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of adding on to that, some like deficiencies or some like effects were like the fact that we're all leaders. Like every like person in this camp are all leaders of some sort. Maybe like different clubs or different organizations or whatever it is. We're all leaders in some sort of form. So we're all used to having followers, and we're usually the ones that like speak up, and we're like get the ideas or get it done. We're like all assertive in some way, and just having followers all the time. But when we're all surrounded by leaders, it's kind of really hard for us to get our word out because we're all like trying to jump in front of each other, trying to speak up. But so my group G7 and B7, let's just say we didn't really win any events at all, but at the end we did get frustrated with each other a couple times, but we were never negative towards each other. We always like tried like picking each other up, be like, hey, like you got it, it's okay, I mean it's just an event, we got the next one, we did not get the next one, but it's okay. We all like really like huddled each other at the end, and we're all like really supportive of one another. We're all really kind. We've never had like a problem, so I really enjoy it. It's different, but I definitely enjoy having the people we do at this camp.
Yeah, and a little something going off of that, I just enjoyed how like nobody had bad sportsmanship. Like we lost, but we lost together, and like the other team that won came and cheered us on because we lost. Like, where does that happen? Nowhere. So I think Camp RYLA is just a very amazing experience for me. 10 out of 10, to be honest.
That's a wrap for today's episode. I did want to say thank you to our auto engineer, Emma. Thank you so much. Woo!